Good afternoon, everyone. This is Coach Matt with our Wednesday testing week max out workout. It's going to be back squats and some form of body weight pulling exercise afterwards. All right, so let's begin with the warm up. 3 minutes cardio on the first round, 2 minutes cardio on the second round. Toe touch to overhead reach. So stretch out those hamstrings, glutes, low back muscles, and then reach all the way up to the sky using your toes, your calf, ankle, Achilles, all of those lower extremity muscles. Get your legs prepped and your shoulders and arms prepped. Cossack squats are next. Feel free to hang on to something, and this is more of a stretch than it is a strength exercise for the ankle and Achilles on the leg that's bent, and then for the groin and hamstring on the leg that's straight. Try to keep both heels on the ground, toe pointed at the sky, and then extend, stand all the way tall, squeeze your glutes, and then rock down to the opposite side for the Cossack squats. Front plank. And this is sort of some prep work for bracing your trunk, right? So we want to practice being in that nice brace neutral position, tighten everything up. Don't just be hanging here limp and loose, but brace your belly, tilt your pelvis backward, pull your belly button towards your spine, right? The more you engage in these warm-up exercises, the better off your training will be afterwards. Next one is shoulders, more shoulder stuff. So kips and scap pull-ups. So we're moving the shoulder blades forward, reverse for the kips, and then up and down for the scap pull-ups, right? And then lastly is practicing some of the movement that we're going to be testing. So that's our back squat. Remember from Monday, right, we said our objective standard is that the hips drop below the knees, not slightly above the knees or at the knees, but clearly below the knees for a good rep. Obviously, there's people who should not do that because of either like back, ankle, knee issues, but all things being equal, if there's no reason why you cannot go below parallel other than you don't want to because you're scared because the weight is heavy, then that means we get a spotter and we make it safe for you to get all the way down there, or we just don't go quite as heavy, all right? And that kind of leads us into the philosophy for the max out, which is a technical max. So technical max just means the amount of weight that you can lift at a very, very good quality movement, right? So we know, like, if you roll up on your toes, or if you bend your back or raise your butt up in the air, kind of break technique, break form, then you might be able to get that weight up. Or if you don't do the full range of motion, you might be able to get that weight up, but that is not the way that we want to test. That's not what you would like to build your next training cycles percentages on, right? It would only serve to do more harm than good if you do a bad quality lift at the limit of your strength, and then continue to base all of your training maxes or your training percentages on that bad lift, right? So think technical max all the time, especially for the back squat. We say use spotters because it's a weight, is a lift that you can get stuck underneath, similar to the bench press, right? So one spotter on each side of the bar usually works really well, or one spotter behind, using your arms as like a forklift underneath the shoulders of the person who is lifting, is the two effective ways of spotting someone on the back squat. So when you get up to those high 90 percentages, make sure that you are telling the coach, like, I'm about to do something I've never done before, or hey, would you spot me or watch me? And then the other option is ditching off the back. If you're comfortable ditching it like that, it's off your back, it's not over the top of your head, Garrett. Okay, all right, back squats is our first lift, and I expect this to take the vast majority of the time because it is a large compound joint movement. So feel free to take 30, 45 minutes to do the back squat max, and then the pull-ups are kind of just the icing on the cake or the dessert at the end of it. And you can do it a couple different ways on the pull-ups. Depending on which one you care about more, right? If you care about your weighted pull-up and you want to do a 1 rep max weighted pull-up, do that first and then like knock out some kipping pull-ups afterwards. Or if you'd like to see how many pull-ups you can do, or if you can do a pull-up with no weight on it, try that first. The kipping pull-ups, if you do max reps kipping pull-ups, it will significantly detract from how much you can lift on a 1 rep max weighted pull-up. And if you do the weighted pull-ups first, it will slightly detract from your max kipping pull-ups, but not nearly as much as the other way around. Also, another option is if you would like to test out your strict pull-ups and see how many strict pull-ups you can do, or if there's anywhere in the middle there, say like I want to put 25 pounds on a belt and see how many reps at 25 pounds I can do. If we're training for Murph and you want to do as many reps of a vested pull-up as you can do, that is also a really good option. But test some version of bodyweight pulling, even if it is max good reps of a ring row, right? That is also a very good option. But we'd like to test some form of bodyweight pulling on this day today. All right, that's it for this Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Thursday.